next opponent is you. You're looking yourself in the mirror every day as you have been. Whenever you do not reach out to your person, reward yourself. Whenever you redirect your thought that you have of your person to something that's productive, to something that's pouring into yourself, I want you to reward yourself. Reward yourself with something that is consistent, something that gives you more resources, something that gives you more energy, more joy, more happiness. Right now, you are definitely putting yourself first. So this is all about giving yourself the love that you deserve without any expectations from yourself or anyone else. You're making sure that the empty part of your heart, or the void I should say, is being filled back with your love, and making sure that you're taking the time to get to know yourself once again, to figure out who you are, to understand exactly what you are looking for in love, because you haven't been given a chance in your life to know what that love feels like, to be able to recognize it, to be able to know what healthy love feels like. So now you are really taking the time to see how it feels on you, to see what you are into. You could even be exploring your sexual side more, your sensual side, the physicality of love, right? And it's not going to be dependent on anyone else. This is something that you are discovering to see how you like to be touched or how you like to be loved. This is something very sensual about it, and slow, and making sure you're taking your time. So you're really taking your time even with grounding yourself into the reality, making sure that you really are feeling your body, that you are getting in touch with your body. You're feeling everything that you need to be feeling in your body, that you're not ignoring your emotions, your feelings, that even if you may be having a bad moment or a bad day, you're not going to let it ruin your week, or you're not going to let a bad moment ruin your day. You still may be experiencing heartache. You still may be reminiscing about the pain that you went through. So these are moments are very normal. It is to be expected, and you are able to process it. You're able to get over it pretty quickly. You may be even surprised at yourself at just how quickly you're able to recover. When before you would isolate yourself, before you would feel ashamed for being by yourself, being single, but now you are actually embracing the single life. You are going into kind of like a hermit mode, and basically what this means is that you are discovering your own self. You are discovering your own philosophy, your own inner knowledge. You're using your own inner compass to be able to maneuver in life, to be able to maneuver in love. And you're not even being dependent on anyone else. You may be listening to someone's advice. You may be thankful for it. You listen to other people's opinions just because, but you know that your own discernment is something that you listen to first and foremost. You're in tune with your own intuition, with your own inner wisdom, which is so powerful. And you know that you may be seeking the answers from within, and it will come to you when you are able to face it, or when you're able to actually process it, because there are a lot of unanswered questions about why you experienced the heartache and the pain that you did with your person. Sometimes you may be feeling resentment and hate towards your person. Sometimes you may be feeling like you want to be able to reach out to them and curse them out. So there can be a lot of anger sometimes, but this wave of anger passes by very quickly. Before, where your person would be able to make you react, now they're not able to do that. Now no one really is able to get a reaction out of you. You have been able to master your response. You are self-regulating. You're making sure that you're doing all the work that you need to be doing in your journey, making sure that you're really taking the time to do the work, making sure that you're taking one day at a time. You are in no rush whatsoever. You know that the destination and the plan that you have for yourself, or the future that you have for yourself, will happen in due time. So you are trusting the timing, you're trusting the universe, you're trusting yourself, and you're really just ready to complete the cycle of learning lessons in love. You're looking forward to the new future, to the new you, and you are actually have been transforming in such a way where the old friendships are dying out. The old patterns are dying out. You are breaking old generational cycles, patterns, and curses. You may not even be able to recognize yourself anymore, because the person that you've always dreamed of being, you are becoming it. And sometimes you may not even believe it. You may not even be able to process it, but you are experiencing it. You are noticing positive changes within your environment, within yourself, where you know that you are strong enough to be able to move on, to be able to learn from your past connection with your person, to be able to set your boundaries, and you know exactly who you are in this journey with your person. You know what your place is. You know that the mistakes you have made towards them, you are reflecting on it. You're not denying the fact that you have made some mistakes. You're not denying the fact that you're not perfect. You know that there are some things that you also need to work on as a person, as a lover, and you are facing it head on. You're not afraid of facing the fear that you may be experiencing when it comes down to love. You do have some trauma, you do have some things that you've been through. But what sets you apart from so many people is that you're not letting it run your life. You're not letting it ruin you. You're not letting it stop you from finding someone that you truly love and that truly loves you and the love that you deserve. You are building your life right now, your future life, in your daily habits, in your daily hobbies, in your friendships, making sure that you're going back to who you used to be and still keeping that authentic self present, but shedding the skin and the layers of trauma, shedding anything that's keeping you back or keeping you stuck in the same patterns with your person or with anyone new. You know that the connection that you have with your person may be special, but also you know that you're stronger than just being stuck in a toxic cycle. You know that the toxicity that your person may be stuck in is not your responsibility. You know that you have your own work that you need to be doing, and you're not anyone's savior. It's not your responsibility to help your person as much as you may have want to, and you have tried, and that's what kept you down, and that's what you have learned from. Because when you take the responsibility off of your person's shoulders, you're not giving them a chance to grow as a person. You're not giving a chance for reconciliation or reconnection to happen in the way that it needs to happen. If you had stayed with your person, and if you had settled for less, and if you wouldn't get in touch with who you truly are and what you really want and deserve, then neither one of you would grow. You would feel small, you would feel stuck, and you knew deep down inside of you, you knew that you couldn't keep up with the lies anymore. You knew that you wouldn't be able to just go on. So your decision to let go of this connection, to let go of your person, to keep in silence, is for you first and foremost. It's not so much for your person. You're doing it from a place of saving yourself. You owe it to yourself to be able to see what else is out there for you. You owe it to yourself to see how much more you deserve, that you deserve the best. A part of you used to feel pity for your person, and a part of you used to feel like you needed to lower yourself to their level to be able to be there for them, or lower yourself to their level so they wouldn't feel like you're better than them. So you would have to really just mask yourself. You felt like you needed to not be as successful, not be as ambitious, not be as intelligent, as smart, because of your person's insecurities. And your person's insecurities used to really drag you down. All of the success that you would bring to this connection, and all of the love and all of the sacrifice, you knew that's not what your person needed in order to grow, or in order to face their insecurities. At some point, you understood that the conversations, the back and forth, the arguments would not lead anywhere. It would only keep you stuck. So if you are having any doubts about walking away from your connection, you may doubt it for a minute or two, but then you remember exactly why you had to walk away. You remember exactly who you are in this present moment and how far you've come. You will not allow yourself to go back to the same old patterns. That the only time that you would give your person a chance is when you have truly seen them change, when you have really truly seen their patterns change. But that's not even your priority right now. Your priority is making sure that you are staying strong in your boundaries, that you are using your discernment when it comes down to any new love potential partners or any friendships even. You're taking the time to really relearn yourself from ground up and get to know your likes and dislikes, and not worry about what happened before. So you may be having some memories with your person. You may be remembering some of the stuff that the two of you went through, some good times, some bad times, but you're not being triggered by that anymore. You're not feeling the need to reach out to them anymore. You're not feeling the need to get an outside validation from your person. Because a part of you used to strive to do more and to give more and to pour everything into your person, hoping that they would give it back to you. but you knew that they couldn't. But you didn't want to feel like you were giving up on them, so you kept pouring and pouring and pouring. And now you realize that that was your own insecurity, that that was your own lack of validation from yourself, that was your own lack of inner power. So you are on this journey to make sure that you're able to be independent of anyone's opinion, of anyone's validation, of anyone else's power and success. You're able to provide for yourself emotionally, physically, financially, right? That you're able to be happy by yourself as you are, without any shame, without any self-doubt. And even when you have your bad moments, even when you have that ugly cry, even when you're not feeling your best, you're still giving yourself grace. You're still loving yourself. Because the moment you do that is when you're able to find a person, or your person will able to find you, that will match that will be able to love you and accept you just the way you are, with your flaws and everything. So this beautiful journey that you are in the process of, I want you to be able to enjoy it. And you're not rushing it. You are really seeping through the joy of every moment of this life where you're feeling full of energy, full of joy, full of stillness, that you know that you do not need to prove yourself to anyone else, that the only competition is yourself, right? Your next opponent is you. So you have to make sure that you're looking yourself in the mirror every day as you have been. And when you look at yourself, you are proud of who you are. No matter if you haven't gotten to the point where you want to be, but even in the process of it all, I want you to be able to feel proud of yourself and reward yourself. No matter how small the task may be, whenever you do not reach out to your person, reward yourself. Whenever you redirect your thought that you have of your person to something that's productive, to something that's pouring into yourself, I want you to reward yourself. Reward yourself with something that is consistent, something that gives you more resources, something that gives you more energy, more joy, more happiness. So it's going to be a reward cycle loop that you will be feeding into yourself, because you only deserve the best.